Hello everyone, so my name is Felicia and I am currently studying in Puerto Rico at the University of Puerto Rico, Rio Piedras near San Juan. And for today's video, I actually want to tell you guys about this really great trip my friends and I just went on. I feel like all my videos, I'm always talking about some great trip I did, but I assure you, I also go to school, I also have homework, and I do go to class. But getting to live on an island for 6 months, there's a lot of great things to do, and we just had a 4-day weekend, so of course, whenever that happens, my friends and I always try to take advantage of it. So we went to El Yunque, which is the national rainforest here in Puerto Rico, and then we also went to Culebra, which is an island actually off the coast of Puerto Rico. I would say it's about like an hour and some away from the university, so we had to take a ferry to get there. But we had this whole trip planned out. We got up really early in the morning on Saturday, took an Uber to El Yunque, then we had an Airbnb we stayed in, and then the next morning we got up really early so we could catch our ferry to Culebra. It was so great, and then we bought tickets to get to Culebra, and as soon as we got there, we were gonna buy our tickets to return, and when we got there, we found out there were no more tickets left for the ferries that night, and the next ferry wasn't leaving until 6 a.m. in the morning, so that was a complete change of plans, and we had to end up renting a tent to sleep on the beach in. But even having to fit 6 people into one tent and having to get up at 4 a.m. to shove the tent back in to be at our ferry by 5 in the morning, it was still a really great trip. I always talk about how the trips help my friends and I get closer together, but we all jokingly say now that sleeping on the beach builds character. And it honestly really does, because, you know, when it first happened, when we found out there weren't any more tickets, we were like, we were kind of really upset because we planned to be home and basically we had to kind of spend a night on the beach, but it ended up being really fun. We got to know each other a lot better. We grew a lot closer, and I'm sure years from now, that'll be one of the most important things I tell people about when I mention that I studied abroad in Puerto Rico. So for those of you that are interested in studying abroad here in Puerto Rico, or that are just even interested in just visiting the island for, you know, spring break or whatever purposes, there are a lot of key destinations to go to. Of course, San Juan is the big one, specifically Old San Juan is where everyone goes, but El Yunque and Culebra are a really big place that people love to go to. Getting to see the rainforest is kind of a different vibe than going to Old San Juan where there's a lot of tourists. It's like really just calming and beautiful to look out at the nature. And then Culebra, it is a beach, it is a tourist spot, but it's so beautiful. We went to Flamenco Beach, and it's considered one of the most beautiful and like best beaches in the world, and it did not disappoint. So I hope that if you get to come to Puerto Rico, that you get the opportunity to go there, and hopefully the longer that I'm here, I get to go to some other really great places, and hopefully I can share them with all of you. So thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you next week.